Shalom, my friends, this is Max Joseph, and I am here because I'd like to introduce a new series on this channel called The Top 10s. As you might guess, I'm gonna make a list of top 10 whatever it is, starting with 10 and go all the way down to 1. I think it's more dramatic that way. So to start off, I'm gonna do my top 10 most anticipated films for the remainder of 2019. But before I tell you, please make sure you subscribe to this channel, and if you really love what I'm doing, ding that little bell to get notified whenever I post videos. Alright. On to the first ever, top 10. Number 10, The Lighthouse, coming out October 18th. It's directed by Robert Eggers, who you might know from The Witch, which is terrifying, and I started it, and I said, I'm good. So this is a completely black and white film, and it tells the story of two lighthouse keepers who are on a remote and mysterious New England island in the 1890s. So even after watching this trailer, I genuinely have no clue what this film is, and I think that's great. And the two lighthouse keepers are played by Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson, and I am super excited for this because Robert Pattinson is doing incredible work. Everyone on the planet knows him as Edward Cullen in the Twilight Saga or Cedric Diggory in Harry Potter. But I need everyone who is watching this movie to go see one of the best performances of the decade. It's an indie film called Good Time, and it is some of the best acting I have ever seen. He also has this movie that came out this year called High Life. It's in space, and it's amazing, and he is so good in it. So between him and Dafoe, who is on the brink of winning a much overdue Oscar, in my opinion, this film is looking good, and that is why it's at number 10. Number 9, Frozen 2, coming out November 22nd. How can this not be here? After the success of the first film in 2013, not just at the box office, but it also won Best Animated Feature and Best Original Song for Let It Go at the Oscars. It's a Broadway musical. This film is bound for success. And, thank goodness, the trailer's really good. Anna, Elsa, Kristoff, Olaf, and Sven go on an adventure beyond their homeland of Arendelle to discover the origin of Elsa's powers in order to save the kingdom. And we have all of our original voices returning, as well as a couple key additions in Evan Rachel Wood and Sterling K. Brown. But most importantly, we have the first ever double EGOT winning team of Robert Lopez and Kristen Anderson Lopez, who will come back to write this music. So get ready for another adventure, another Disney blockbuster, another Disney box office run, and another song that will get stuck in your head and will get played at every single birthday party and every single audition in the acting business. Number 8, 1917, coming out Christmas Day, December 25th, favorite Jewish holiday. From the director behind American Beauty, Skyfall, Spectre, and Road to Perdition, and fresh off his Tony Award for The Ferryman, Sam Mendes brings us the much anticipated film about the First World War, 1917. Two British soldiers are given an impossible mission and must go to enemy territory to deliver a message that will stop a deadly attack on hundreds of soldiers, one of them being the soldier's brother. So, this cast is just beautiful. We have Richard Madden, Benedict Cumberbatch, Colin Firth, Mark Strong, many more. But we also have cinematography from the greatest to ever do cinematography, Roger Deakins, who's probably looking at his second Oscar. Number 7, Little Women. So this film has everything going for it. You have Greta Gerwig coming off hot after Lady Bird. She has assembled an all-star cast. You have Saoirse Ronan, Emma Watson, Eliza Scanlon, my actor of the year, Florence Pugh, Laura Dern, Timothée Chalamet, Bob Odenkirk. There's one more. Meryl Streep. So it's a story of 4 sisters in the aftermath of the Civil War. The photos that we've been given are gorgeous. And although this is a remake, hopefully with Gerwig leading the way, this has potential to be an absolute knockout. Number 6, Cats. Coming out December 20th. If you've watched my reaction video to this trailer, you know I am very excited about this movie. I will tell you, originally I was not. In fact, I was dreading it. And I couldn't believe they were making it into a movie. I'm all about musicals being made into movies. I love them. But I just didn't think this was anywhere on anybody's list to be made into a movie. Let alone Tom Hooper, who obviously gave us the movie musical Les Mis. He also gave us The Danish Girl and Best Picture winner The King's Speech. Fun fact about Hooper is that in the films that I just listed, each won an Oscar for acting. Anne Hathaway, Alicia Vikander, and Colin Firth. And back to Cats. This cast is obnoxiously star-studded and kind of makes no sense. But you know what? Neither does the musical Cats, but alas, here we are, and Cats the Musical is my number 6 most anticipated film for the remainder of 2019. I can't wait. We are officially halfway there. Number 5, Jojo Rabbit, coming out October 18th. So this is about a young boy during World War II. His only escapism is through his imaginary friend, an ethnically inaccurate version of Adolf Hitler. He pushes the boy's naive patriotic beliefs. However, this all changes when a young girl challenges those views and causes Jojo to face his own issues. The film is directed by Thor Ragnarok's Taika Waititi, who also stars as the imaginary Hitler, with Roman Griffin Davis as the title character, beloved up-and-coming Thomasin McKenzie as Elsa Kor, as well as some serious headliners being Scarlett Johansson, Sam Rockwell, and Rebel Wilson, comedic geniuses. And the way this film looks from these trailers, it's given me some serious Wes Anderson vibes. Just the way it's shot, the way the colors feel, it just looks kind of like that world. And that's good news for everyone. Number 4, Harriet. Coming out November 1st. Give me this now. As we all hopefully know, Harriet tells the story of Harriet Tubman, who helped free hundreds of slaves from the South after escaping from slavery herself in 1849. So, on a personal level, I'm looking forward to digging deeper into Tubman's story, because I know all the bullet points about her, but I know there's so much more that I need to learn. And I'm calling it now. I called it in February also. Cynthia Erivo was about to win an Oscar, which will officially give her her EGOT. Also, quick shout out to the screenplay writer, Gregory Allen Howard, who wrote the script for one of my top 10 favorite films of all time, Remember the Titans. Number 3, Joker, October 4th. So this is set in the 1980s and tells the tale of a failed stand-up comedian who is driven insane and turns to a life of crime and chaos in Gotham City while becoming an infamous psychopathic crime figure. My friends, I think that this movie is going to end up shocking the world. I've been on board with it since the beginning. Once they announced that Joaquin Phoenix, who in my head is one of the greatest living actors on the planet, is going to be playing one of the greatest villains ever put to paper, I was sold very easily. We already know that this is a character that is capable of winning gold, with Heath Ledger's legendary performance in Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight. So, we know that this works. Oh, and also, it's already getting incredible reviews, and it's playing at the Toronto International Film Festival. This has the potential to be one of the best of 2019, and I'm ready for it. Number 2, Queen and Slim, coming out November 27th. This is an exploration of America's social and political climate through the lens of a genre-defying love story. It focuses on a black man and woman who go on a first date, but it goes wrong when they're pulled over by a police officer. In self-defense, they kill the officer, but instead of turning themselves in, they decide to go on the run. I should make another list for the movies that I just wasn't expecting to be this impactful and just out of nowhere. This is by far the best trailer of the year. It's cut masterfully, and it hits us right off the bat with its stunning imagery. Screenplay by Lena Waithe and Daniel Kaluuya delivering those lines. I am done. Brutal, honest, and what the world needs to see right now. Give me more original content. I think this movie is going to be so important and one of the most talked about films, and hopefully the most awarded of the year. Oh, and we're about to be introduced to Jodie Turner-Smith, who looks like pure perfection. Melina Matsoukas, I'm ready for it. Finally, at number 1, the film that everyone knew was coming. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, coming out December 20th. This is clearly my most anticipated film for the rest of the year. And I don't think there's ever been so much build-up for a film in history, maybe besides Avengers Endgame. The epic Skywalker saga that started in 1977 is finally coming to a close, and I don't think I'm ready for that. We're also going back to J.J. Abrams, who directed the 7th film, The Force Awakens, after the most controversial film in the franchise, Rian Johnson's The Last Jedi, which quite literally said,
"Let the past die. Kill it if you have to."
And that it did. And that it did. What's gonna happen? Is Emperor Palpatine somehow back? Are we sticking with the Rey's parents plotline that we got in Last Jedi? Are we seeing a new line of Jedi? How are we gonna deal with Carrie Fisher's Princess Leia? Are Oscar Isaac and Daisy Ridley gonna be the greatest couple to ever exist? Will we finally get the Knights of Ren? Will we see another shirtless Adam Driver? I don't know. All of these questions will hopefully be answered on December 20th, and I am counting down the days. My friends, thank you for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, as well as follow me on Twitter and Instagram at njoseph492. And if you really love me, please consider being a patron on Patreon, where you can get behind-the-scenes videos, possible guest interviews, giveaways, and lots more. Shalom, my friends.